Like we are not getting into details or the syllabus or what exactly you need to study. But yeah, the first step is to understand what you're getting into. So we are going to do that with this. So my name is Ramandeep. You can call me Raman. I'm close to 15 years of experience. I worked with banks like RBC, TD, Straight Street Bank, Scotia, CIBC, RBS, and I'm a certified CBAP, PMP. I'm a certified data management professional. I'm a certified Scrum Master. So I've been doing training and consulting for long now. So that's my area of interest. So I'll quickly move on to introduction of the IIBA. So there's a non-profit professional association, and it's in Toronto. And like right now, they have three certifications, but the two certifications which have most of them value in market is CCBA and CBAP. So it depends on how much experience you have. If you have more than 5 years of experience, I will say okay, go for CBAP because that's the main certification. But if you have less than five, like 3 to 5 years of experience, it's like you should go for a CCBA, like Certificate of Competencies Business Analyst. And then they have a ECBA also. Oh, like let me go to the next slide. Like, this will be more interesting. Like we have these certifications. So ECBA, CCBA, and CBAP are the main ones. Like, but ECBA is for the people who don't have any experience at all. Like it doesn't count for zero experience. Like anybody fresh out of university or college can get into and do an ECBA. So it will get him like he can get into a market and he can be a junior BA kind of thing, kind of role he can get into. CCBA is more of an intermediate, and CBAP is like intermediate to like CCB. I'll say is intermediate to the BA. CBAP is more of a senior and like BA role. So the market is hot for CBAP right now. CCBA is okay, but ECBA, I don't like. Uh, with the group on the call, I know everybody has more than like 5 years or 3 years experience, so I won't recommend ECBA to anyone. So this is another classification that I did. Like ECBA is for people getting into BA field. Uh, CCBA is 2 to 3 years of experience, and like if you have more than five, go for CBAP. Like that's the best.
Hi, it's Tiffany here.
Sure.
So I would not say that I've performed BA roles in my 15 plus years in IT.
Okay.
But I would never say to anyone that I'm a business analyst.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what you're saying, you're suggesting that we all have at least 3+ years. Would I fall into that category as well, or?
Yeah, you know what? How IIBA does it? It asks you how much experience you have in the business analyst related tasks in number of hours. So it goes into that detail. So when you fill up the
Similar to
form,
PMP. It's similar to PM certification.
yeah,
So
it's similar to PMP.
okay, got it.
Yeah, when you fill up the application form online, it's similar to PMP form. It goes into tasks. Okay, how many hours you put in here, how many you put in there.
Right.
And then it might be audited, it might not be. You need couple of reference. I'm going to go through all the details like what is
Got
required. But yeah, like that's just to answer it quickly for you.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So these are the three levels, like but since everybody has an experience, I'll say don't go for ECBA, like go for CCBA or CBAP. CBAP is the best. Go for CBAP if possible. And it's the toughest, like the exam is toughest for CBAP. Okay, let me move on to the next one. So it's the eligibility. So you have to have an account with IIBA for ECBA. You need to complete 21, it's similar to PMP, you need PDUs. So 21 professional development hours, you need to do it in the last 4 years. And you have to agree with code of conduct, and you have to agree with terms. And like it's just, you need to go and give an exam, like the 50 questions in like an hour. It's pretty easy, but you need to go for a 21-hour course for that. For CCBA, you need to have a minimum of 3,750 hours in 7 years. And 900 must be in the 6th of the BABOK guide knowledge. BABOK is a business analyst book of knowledge. It is similar to what PMBOK is like for PMP. So this book is given by IIBA. Like you can go and you can If you make an account with them, you pay them membership fees, you can get a free online copy of that. And you need to have a 21 hours of PDU, professional development hours, within the last 4 years. Then references, we need couple of references, and then you need to agree to the code of conduct, terms and condition, and then there is an exam. For CBAP, it's a similar eligibility as CCBA, but the numbers of hours is 7,500 here. So if you have spent like 75 hours in last 10 years, and you can prove it, like your references can say that, okay, yeah, he or she has worked at one as a BA for like 7,500 hours. It's okay, doesn't matter. It's in the last 10 years, so it's like 1,000 hours. Let's say in last 7.5 years will work. So if you are doing 50% of the BA work, it's okay in last 7.5 years. And if it's like 10 years, it's okay if it's like 30 to 40% of your time goes into BA work. So this is the certification process. So you have to log in your hours on IIBA portal. You have to pay the application fees. You have to complete and submit the application, and then you have to pay the exam fee. So there are two fees involved here: application fees and exam fees. So the process is, you actually make up the account, you fill up your details, you pay an application fees, which is non-refundable. It's $125, I suppose. After you pay that, you complete and submit the application. The application gets approved. Like it takes like 24 to 48 hours. After it gets approved, you can pay for your exam and you can schedule it. So that's how it works. Like it's a two-step process, basically. Like there are 5 steps, but yeah, two fee steps. So I was talking about the audit. Yeah, many times actually it gets audited. Like it goes for approved pending audit. Then your application, they say, is randomly picked up for an audit. So then they ask more questions. They get into details like, oh, you know what you did for this, and then they might even ask your references about this. And you can provide them the information in like, they give you time for that. And if sometimes they say, oh, you know what, you are not eligible, then you can appeal for it. So I have put a slide for appeal. So you'll have 90 days to go, and you can send an email with everything you have, and you can ask them for an appeal on your application. Um, Audit happens, and it happens in 20 to 30% of cases. Most of the time it doesn't happen. When I did my CBAP, it never happened for me, but I know a friend who was audited. So you might get lucky, you might not, but yeah. Okay, these are the reference. So the reference should be a client manager or a CBAP recipient. So if it's a CBAP recipient, it's usually not audited. So if you can get a good references who know you, then definitely their application is in good picture, and they won't even look at it. They will say, okay, yeah, we know these people, and they'll move it, and you can go for your exam. So it should be career manager, and you should know that guy for like 6 months or so. And project managers are not actually career managers for BAs. It should be a BA manager kind of a person, like a senior BA or an architect or somebody else who actually business analyst reports to. About the fees, okay. So the fee, there are two fees, right? There's a member. So I suppose, like, if somebody wants to go for a CBAP or CCBA, it's better to become a member, because if you're a non-member, the fees is 450. If you're a member, it's like 325 plus 125. It sums up to 450. The benefit of going for a member is, let's say if you fail the exam once, the second time you need to go for it, you just need to pay 325. You need not pay 125. You'll save 125 if you fail. And so I'll say become a member first, and you can download their babok, you can read through it, and then go for the exam. And after you go for the exam, if you're not able to clear it, you can pay just 325 and go for it again. Instead of paying 450, you save some money. um, I think that's what it is. And then it doesn't end here. After every 3 years you need to get a new, you need to pay them like $85 or $120 depending on if you're a member or not. So your certification, it you get recertified every 3 years. Also, you need to tell them that you worked and giving trainings, or helping people around you in BA work, and in giving BA trainings, or you did something good for the community, right? So that's what you need to prove. And usually it's an easy form, like, okay, so how can you pay your application fees? It's like they accept PayPal and all the credit cards, or they even take checks or money orders. So, and exam preparation, this is a slide that I put in. um, uh, the first thing is study the babok guide. People say that there are shortcuts, but I don't feel there is any shortcut. You need to go through babok guide, and you need to understand how exactly the certification happens, like how exactly the BA work is done, so that you score well, like. And then you need to go in and review the sample exam questions. Like, there are online exam, like if you Google it, you can get all the CBAP sample questions. You can go through it. And there are like prep books, and there are courses, like you can go to I think the companies, like there are many companies who provide CBAP training. You can go through them. They will be pretty helpful, and they will even provide you those 35 or 20 professional development hours that you need. So things become pretty easy, and you have somebody to whom you can go and ask questions if you're not able to. Sometimes if you have questions regarding the sample exam, or you don't understand a concept, you can get help. So how to sign up for the exam? So you need, as I told you, you need to pay the exam fee. So it's again, there's a single sign on. So nowadays, what they have done is you can give the exam online. Yep, you can give the exam online. You need not go to a center. You have an option of going to a center, but it's online. You proctoring is in, so you can do it from your home, your own computer. So this is a final slide I made, like um, how to get a better BA career. So first thing is you check the eligibility criteria. Then you look at a training by an expert. Then go through the CBAP guide. Then make your notes, and then go through BABOK. Then try to understand the model questions. Then you fill exam, like application form with exam date. Then practice till your exam, and then work on your weak areas. Then appear for the test and get certified. So these are the 10, sorry, I just moved my mouse. So these are the 10 steps that you need to go through to get a CBAP or a CCBA, but I'll say go for CBAP if possible. It all depends on your experience. Thanks. I don't have anything else. I don't have any more slides, but yeah, if anybody has any questions, I'm there to answer.
It's Tiffany here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Tiffany.
I disconnected. I had a technical problem.
Oh, okay.
Phone.
You.
So my question is actually going back to the initial certification, which I think we touched on briefly, and your recommendation is to kind of bypass that if you've got experience.
Yeah.
Is there anything of value in that initial course, though, that is more is it more foundational, theoretical? What is the
What are the differences between the three of them?
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to
Yeah. So the questions in CBAP are more situational. Okay. And ECBA is more theoretical. Like if you have
okay.
read the book, it's easy. Like they will ask you, what is, like which of these is this? Like it comes out of the book. CBAP is like pure scenario based. So there will be a big passage, and then they will ask you, okay, what will you do? Like a case kind of a thing.
So it's a case study approach.
Case study approach, you can say. Yep.
Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah. So the questions become tougher, and then you need to put in your ethics into it. Like there are other things which come in, and your experience do definitely count when you answer the questions.
Okay. can I ask a question, another question, please?
Sure, sure, go ahead.
Okay, so this meetup is sponsored by the organization you're affiliated with, or?
Yeah, it's sponsored by B Cloud Ready.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking that question is because, and it's sort of related to this talk. Is there a path to like the administration to get to taking a course with B Cloud? Because when I went to your website around this stuff, it was not very easy to navigate. So what would be the steps to?
Actually, we don't have the, like we don't have certified training for CBAP at the moment. Probably if you do with us, we'll be signing up with some of our partners. So what happens with any CBAP or PMP, these kind of certification, you need to have a certified PDUs. So yeah, to get a certified PDUs, we don't have for a CBAP.
But we can definitely help you out, Tiffany.
We have our partners.
If you're interested, we do have a partner with us who can provide you the certification. I can even help you in the certification, so we can sort it out. You can actually send out an email to info@bcloudready, and if there are any details like inside of your phone number, we can have a quick call, and I can explain you if you need like whatever you need. We're there to help. Like,
All
I'm
right.
I'm I'm more than happy if we get more certified professionals in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I tend to be on the program management side, but I've
Oh.
always had an interest in understanding a bit more theoretically what's happening in the life cycle of a product release when we've engaged business analysts, whether they be on the the tech side or the business side. So in the last engagement I was on, I engaged what we would have considered to be a senior business analyst. And while they had all the certs, I was having a difficult time kind of following their methodology.
Okay.
And I found from engagement to engagement, the approaches aren't standard. So I think I'm looking more to understand foundation and fundamentals so that I can be better informed when engaging business analysts on their level and speaking the same language, that I have a better sense of what the outcomes should look like.
So my
Sure. So
understanding is, looks like you are more interested in understanding the overall concepts around the CBAP
Exactly.
rather than getting the certification itself. Am I correct?
Yeah. Well, I would also, I'm a life learner. So for the sake of it or for the joy of it, I would take the certification to know cathartically what that's like to know what my team members have gone through to ensure that they are credible and operating from a space of integrity. So I would do it as well, just to kind of have a better understanding of what their role is. So like that's just part of my personality type. But yeah, I'm actually interested in foundation, although I probably have the other side as well. The pragmatic, practical, applied, and I don't even know I'm doing it. So that's where I'm looking to marry my practical with foundation, so that I can be a better supporter of other business analysts that I might bring onto my team.
Yeah, you know what? If you get the certifications, it helps you in interviewing people as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can understand how exactly they get the requirements, and and CBAP, and then, it depends on industry also. I don't know which industry you are in.
I work cross sector, but I have a specialty in fintechs and the financial services area.
Yes. So I work for a bank as well. So in finance world, all the methods which IIBA says for requirement gathering don't work, right? And you will know that from your own experience also. Like, so because people don't have time, and then it's difficult to gather everybody in the room. So there are various methods. So some of the things don't work, but in theory they should. But
Right.
but theory is different from what we do, right? So
Right.
so you can actually gauge people, and you can say, oh, what are the, like, you can ask a simple question and you will understand if that guy knows or he doesn't know.
Right.
It'll definitely help you. I think you should go for it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will follow up with an email post this talk.
Yeah, sure. Send an email. Um, uh, and I will probably reply to you. And I'm more than interested if somebody wants to go for the certification. Like, I'm there to help them in any way I can.
Right. Thank you.
No problem, Tiffany. Who else is? If anybody else has a question, this is the time to ask.
Hi, Ron. It's Khalid here. I want to ask about the IPA membership. If this is a one-time thing, or I need to renew each year. Or...
Yeah, we have. I went through a slide actually on that. If you do a CBAP or CCBA, there is a recertification. It's not a one-time thing. You
No,
need
no,
to do it.
I'm asking about the membership for IIBA.
The membership expires after a year.
Okay.
Yeah. So $125 is for 1 year. And if you fail, let's say fail in the exam, you can take an exam 3 times in a year.
Got it.
Yeah.
And that with I have to pay fees each time.
Yeah, you have to pay examination fees each
Yeah.
time, but you need not pay the membership fees each time. Like, let's say, if you register for your first CBAP, right, and you
Yeah.
fail in it, if you become a member at that time, you just need to pay 325 next time instead of paying 450 for being not a member. So
Yeah.
that's what
Got
I'm
it.
saying. Get a membership when because if you fail, you have like 2 chances more,
Yeah.
and you should go for it. Like, you save a bit of money, but it's, yeah. I'll recommend, why not, if you can save something, right? So
Yeah, and from your experience, you would say studying CBAP can be done as a self-study, or it's better to be through an institution or an instructor?
uh, I'll say you can do self-study. You can do self-study, but it's definitely helpful if you have somebody on the back, right? Because
Mm.
if you have a question, you can go through it. And if you do the training, right, the
Yeah,
things are, you will have a schedule, because working people don't be like, they can't go in and they can't figure out like or finish the complete course in the time.
yeah,
So I'll say go for a schedule. Like, and nowadays there are many online courses you can do.
yeah.
I'll recommend online courses. Even
Okay,
B Cloud Ready is going to come up with an online course on the CBAP pretty soon. So
great.
we have a partner already. We have a course as well. It's just, mm, we're going to fix the fine details, and we're going to come up with the online course. Online courses are cheaper than
Yeah,
in-person courses, and my main focus is to get you the 35 hours, right, that you require as well.
yeah, uh,
Yeah, and then
yeah,
you should do course from an agency or a company which will be there to answer you even after your course is finished. Like, answer you and help you overall, and build a community. So
and sort of at like time frames. Uh, do you think dedicating like 5 hours per week? How long should it take to clear
five
this?
5 hours per week on the weekend. Like, let's say if you spend 5 hours every weekend,
Yeah,
I think couple of months, and then you need some time for practice. Like, you'll be able to complete your course in couple of months,
yeah.
but you need time to practice questions, right? So I'll say 3 months, like, more or less.
Okay, thank you. And
Yeah.
yes, you said the exam will be like it's a problem. They are looking into how I'm thinking to solve the problems.
Yes, definitely. And
It's
exam
not kind of questions like uh, the different certifications, not like studying 500 questions and it will be one of the.
no,
Yeah,
no, it's not like, you don't get dumps for this.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
So I understand what you're getting into.
yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
Any other question, Khaled, from you or from anybody else? No? Okay. What I'll recommend is, if you guys are interested for a course, you can send out an email to info@bcloudready.com, and probably we'll get back to you with what we have to offer in a week or two, right? let us know what exactly you're looking from the course. We're there to help you. Like, so
And
I'll be
also,
helping you on a
obviously,
personal
when
level.
you take the course, there are a lot of multiple reasons. Some people like Tiffany, she just want to gain experience and she will end up doing certification. And some people are just looking to get a job and to get the CBAP certification. Approach could be different. So someone just want to pass the exam, they may have a different approach. They are probably looking for a quicker result. And someone who want to learn about it, so it's more exploratory and will take more time. So
Yeah.
you have to, when you send the email, please let us know what is your end goal for the training. For this certification, that will also help.
So
Okay, if nobody has any questions, so thank you everybody for joining the session. And if you have any question, just let us know. Thank you.
yeah.
Bye.
Thank you for the talk.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.
Bye.
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 Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.